Sacrificial poet, that's right, I forgot. It's also a slam tradition to have a sacrificial poet read a sacrificial poem. And I will be that such poet for you. Here's your sacrificial poem, Summer Job by Michael Chitwood. At the end of the workday, you could tell exactly how far you had gotten and how much farther there was to go. Of course, it was just a ditch for a pipeline to carry the reeking slop that a neighborhood of toilets was sloshed together to be drained away, but it was clean. The trench, the slick walls, the backhoe bucket cut, and the precise grade at the bottom. My job was to cite the transit. I gave a thumbs up or thumbs down, or the okay sign if the pitch was right, so that some future day shit would flow just as it should, downhill. But you knew where you stood, what you had done in a day, and what more there was to do. And every meaningful thing I had said without a word. That's Mr. Michael Chitwood. And without further ado, our first poet in the slam is Mark.
Hayden held me on that hospital bed with a grip so tight the jaws of life had no chance. But I remember the night before. My emotions like fireflies fleeting through an intersection with no stoplights, and it was getting darker and darker. And I had to pack my bags. I remember the visions, the ghosts and Satan breathing down my spine, the voices resonating in my bones, and the exit was 23 doors through the first. Alice fell, and so did I. Only I didn't come back so quickly. The instructions were clear and the voices were old. On a loop as absurd as chia pets, but I had to listen because I still love you. They wanted to hurt you. They wanted to hurt you, so I took the bullet and gave in to their rules. The women at Walgreens wondering why I can't sleep. It's 4:32 a.m. and iridescent blue pearls were like ambrosia for the gods. I eat one by one by one by one by one by one. I begin to hear the cheering of angels carrying my name. But the lights dim and the spectacle fades and the room closes as my body begins to convulse. The voices are gone and I'm on the floor. The last thing I remember were those gorgeous hazily green eyes hovering over me as the gurney rolls away and my mind starts to fade. I still see those anguished eyes in my dreams and feel your arms embrace me when I cry. We never talk anymore. All that's left is deciding not to pick up the phone. You saved my life when I thought I was saving yours. And if you're hearing this now, I'm still here.
It felt like yesterday I was preaching about the lessons, that we are all blessings and connected, we are destined. I was speaking to the ones I love, and those I haven't loved yet. But one of my friends, they almost slipped through like my words were a broken fishing net. His heart was broken, like an engine that he could never start. Light so dim, he thought the faint shadows on the wall were reflections of within. He stared down that staircase into darkness, and so did that spiral begin. He said, I feel sad because I am sad. I am sad because I deserve to be sad. I deserve because I'm destined. Because I'm destined means I always have been, and I've never known any other but sad. You've been there. I've been there. We've all had those thoughts. We've all come to the crossroads in which we wish we could close our eyes and wish ourselves home, but no, we have to face it. And my dear friend, he faced it. He had the whole showdown in his mind, realization like it was divine. He was feeling prime and of purpose. He found a way to escape feeling worthless. He broke through the surface. He said, no, depression is not worth it. So, he loaded that handgun. Cooperation between his finger and his thumb, and I don't know how long he sat there with death singing in his eardrum. It was 2 weeks later when I heard what he hadn't done. It's not a lie that the highest rate of suicide is white males from 18 to 25. I myself am amongst that realm, and grateful to so many others that I am still alive. There's a lot of pressure being a guy. We're taught to hide, not taught how to react with the feelings inside. Not taught that there's a balance that when shaken, we cry. Not taught that each and every man carries a feminine side who says, darling, I love you until the day that we die. We need help. Let me for a moment be the voice for my brothers. We need help. We need emotionally vocal fathers willing to spew their mistakes in front of us. To break the mold that yes, our statues can be carved from stone, but we are far from perfect and never truly alone. We need our friends close by. Like the pacifier after the breast milk dries, we are no more a man when the country deems us than when after our first love leaves us. Let's get with it, bros before bullets. We all have emotions and we all get through it. Come on, let's get with it, bros before bullets. We all have emotions and we all get through it. Come on, don't neglect them. Ask them questions and let them speak from the heart with no rejections. And let them know that your love is here to stay, so you may never have to write about that one that got away.
David, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a group on Yogi, hitting up yoga studios across the country. No one knows me and I like it that way. Anonymous as I can be while still being social enough for the world, I don't get the benefits of camaraderie, but I get the freedom of inconsistency. I show up late and they smile because I'm a newbie who doesn't get the system yet. Everyone's on their best behavior when they want your business to come back again. I like being the new girl that no one talks to and skipping out on class to have a beer if I want to. I prefer traveling alone and eating dinner solo only when my stomach aches, growling with acid. I forget my basic needs when there's no one else to feed. Meditation, walking alone in my invisible cloak through the sparse crowds in the streets of cobblestones and constant chatter of languages that I don't know, a fly on the wall, watching the new world fall into place. People look like distant relatives or friends I once knew. I wallow in the in-between lives and I live, and I wish it could always be like everyone who can't get out like you. I'm white enough and rich enough to evacuate before the storm hit. I could take my family and my stuffed animals before the zombie outbreak. But no, I was born with some altruistic empathy bullshit that now is in my bones. Passed on from past lives, passed down from poor immigrants on both sides, trying to survive on shit-laden streets of Little Italy next to Chinatown. Or over on Mahoney Street, where the whiskey takes the money before the kids can eat. I'd like to think that I would get on Noah's Ark before everyone drowned, but I'd be dead already, trying to feed the scraps to the kids from the ground. Oh, to be a vagabond who sells side street typewriter poetry, or a beach bum who grows organic weed and makes cheap coiled jewelry. Oh, to not have any crushing realism of social responsibility. To fly off to D.C. early before breving mission vote. And surely it was purely in the sake of numbers and timeliness. And by all means, I understand the need for selfishness. Without a care, my invisible cloak. Count on when I leave. I'm a Groupon yogi, hitting up yoga studios across the country. No one knows me, and they like it, and I like it that way. Anonymous as I can be, while still being social enough for the world. I don't get the benefits of camaraderie. I get the freedom of inconsistency, and I show up late. And they smile because I'm a newbie who doesn't get the system yet. Everyone's on their best behavior when they want your business to come back again. And I like being the new politician who talks and skips out on the debates if I have a beer that I want to have.
Tara!
And the kid walks in, smiling angelic, with a hope as big as the moon. And this after days of fighting the forces for my faith in her, and knowing something subtler going on than assessments can track. But she's backed herself into too many tight corners, and my boss thinks she might jump out the window. And the drug counselor wants her someplace with no chances for bad choices. And the night shift gal wants her to wake up and do her damn chores, for Christ's sake. And how many times will it take this kid before she owns her life? And nobody knows for certain. And nobody wants to see her fall. But I've watched her struggle, slowly strengthening, fly off at odd angles, come back a little wiser, fly off again. Now there's something about this kid and her determination not to be molded, not to be folded into a life that doesn't get her. And there's something about this kid and her honesty and her will to navigate the world she lives in. Something subtler going on here than meets the eye. And yesterday I talked for hours to buy